Welcome, viewers, for an interesting podcast which is about transition today. And it's a very important topic, and almost everyone dreams about getting into something other than their career, and for which we have a very established player who has proven into transition, and Aditi Patni is with us. Welcome, Aditi.
Thank you.
So, Aditi, I'm so glad that I've been seeing you for so many years now, and today we actually get to talk about your transition journey. So, I'm really excited about this.
I am excited to be here as well.
So, welcome onto this podcast. And for my viewers, I would like to actually go right from your childhood, how your schooling and your further studies has played a role into becoming whoever you are today. So, would you like to please tell this to our viewers?
I did my schooling from Pune itself, and then after 10th, I joined a college in the science stream, and my 11th, 12th was science, and I did not even choose computer science as a subject.
Right.
Um, Although I was working towards my JEE exam to become an engineer, I came across a interesting path of psychology.
Okay.
So I decided to rather take that as a career path. And after my 12th, I joined Bachelor of Arts from Ferguson, and I did my psychology major.
Okay.
And after that, I did my master's in psychology, and my specialization was industrial and organizational psychology.
Great. Great.
So I was planning to work as an HR after that, and I got into the IT industry where I worked as an HR for some time.
Okay.
And then again, there was a time in my life where I chose to change careers again,
Great.
and that's
So-
when I got into analytics.
So we would like to now that you have told this entire journey real quick, I would like to go a little slow onto this because I see a lot of transition items points into this journey. So even in your schooling, I see that you have done some transition. You said that you did your science first and then you got into your psychology.
Yes.
So how was that transition actually?
So when I was studying 11th and 12th, doing my science exams, I realized that I did take science. I like math, but I don't want to become an engineer. Ironically, today I am a data engineer, but back then I did not want to be an engineer, but rather take something unique, a different path. So that's how I transitioned into psychology.
Okay.
I actually had a friend who did psychology, and that is where my interest grew.
Okay. So when you did your psychology, in your mind, what was psychology? Was it treating patients or what is psychology in general actually?
So, psychology actually has three parts, one which is clinical psychology, the second which is counseling, and the third, which is not so famous, if I may, is industrial and organizational psychology.
Okay,
So,
okay.
that is where I was leaning towards.
Great.
So, it would be in the industries, a psychologist in corporate or in industries.
Great. So I can clearly see how that transition has happened. Now, while you were doing this learning, did you even ever think about what kind of job you would land into?
Yes, I would assume myself sitting in a corporate office and doing the HR role of it, because I knew when I was studying industrial psychology that this would lead to HR, because there are no such specific positions, at least in India right now, which are labeled as industrial and organizational psychologist.
So Aditi, have you ever imagined yourself working into a job? So basically, how has psychology helped you get into this HR job? And what is this HR job? How did psychology help you there?
So when I was in HR, I was HR BP, which is HR business partner, and it mainly included anything and everything after an employee joins a company till the employee exits the company.
Okay.
So
We
from
typically
onboarding,
call it recruit to retire.
yes, from
Okay.
recruit to retire. Even on the first day when they come in, the job actually starts from there, where you onboard them, welcome them, make them feel comfortable, rapport building. A few parts of it were actually taught to us in our course, where what is rapport building, what, because in any and all forms of psychological interactions, like in counseling or even for counseling, you first build a rapport and then start with the next
Okay.
steps.
So it sounds like you actually loved your job, even as HR.
I would say yes, I liked it, but
Yeah.
I needed to move ahead.
Okay. So now you were doing your job. You obviously you did your psychology, because I understand you did your bachelor's as well as master's in psychology.
Yes.
So I'm sure you would have liked that as well. And now then you got into HR, and the way you explained, it was a full-time job for you.
Yes.
How many months, years did you actually work into HR field?
I would say that I started as an intern, so if you don't count that, it would be around 1.5 to 2 years.
Okay, great. And while you were doing HR, you, I understand you got something interest about IT as such,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Could you please help explain that transition?
of course.
Yet another transition now.
So, when I was doing my job as an HR, I had parallelly started learning analytical tools. So, I did know a little about Excel. So, I started with the course, which was MSBI. So,
MSBI is Microsoft
Microsoft
Business
Business,
Intelligence.
yes,
Okay.
Microsoft Business Intelligence, and because that time it was COVID, so I knew that I had a lot of time in my hand, and I decided to explore a new field just out of interest, where I would just learn another skill. I did not plan on changing my career at that point of time. Just as a interest out of like a hobby, I started it. But when I started learning about it, it attracted more interest out of me than my job. So I started with MSBI, which had 4 courses, and it started with basics of data analytics.
Okay.
So I didn't feel that it was a lot of pressure to learn new thing. It just happened slowly, and I was actually liking what I was learning.
Great. So you now learned everything about data analytics using Microsoft BI as a tool,
Yes.
right? What were the various things you actually learned when you did this
So
course?
we started with the basics of data analytics and how there are 4 different parts of it.
Okay.
And for each part, we actually had a tool that we learned.
Okay.
So we had SQL, SSIS, SSRS, all of this.
Okay.
And this was all when I was actually working as an HR.
Right.
So I was doing it on
So did
the.
you learn Excel also? Because people feel that Excel you just learn in job, but do you have to learn Excel so that you could do some fantastic things into Excel?
I definitely think that Excel is very important, because even in schools or college, I did learn Excel, I did work on it, but it was just the basics of it. Excel is huge, and we can't actually know the whole Excel.
Right, right.
But the analytics part of Excel is amazing. You can actually build the whole dashboards from it.
Great. Great. Now, so this is now revealing your story, your schooling, your transition from science into psychology, your psychology, then getting a job into HR. And now I see, just as a hobby, you transitioned into IT because you just liked it. Now, most people, they do courses, they complete it, they get the certificate, and they are back into their job. Did doing this course help you at all in your HR job?
Yes, because I was learning this skill and I had access to data, because I was in HR, I had all employees' data. And out of curiosity, I started applying data analytical tools on those HR, on that HR data.
Wow. So that's real life now. Okay.
Yes. So I started seeing if I can gather any insights from the data. So, to my surprise, I did find a few interesting uh, things,
Okay.
interesting insights, and I really liked. There was actually my manager who used to report to the senior leadership team every month, and they had a few KPIs they had to show: how many employees, what is the gender ratio, and those were static. But for every month, I had to create, manually go through Excel and check what is the count today, what is the ratio. But I grabbed that opportunity, if I may, to start using my analytical learning into creating these dashboards,
So you
which
had, oh wow, so you had a dashboard already.
yes.
Great.
So we did, and I showed it to my manager. She liked it. Of course, she thought that this is better instead of keep doing the same analysis every month. And if we have a standard template, we can just add data to it every month, refresh the data, and we would have the dashboard ready.
Wow.
So
I must say you are lucky because you got a very good manager and your management also because they encourage you to show those dashboards.
yes, they did.
Typically, it could also be that why are you doing all this?
Just do what you are
Yeah,
given.
so nice actually. You're lucky.
Yes, I agree. I am lucky.
Great.
I did get good managers and the management team.
So nice. So once you started showing these dashboards, how did the management take it? Just as an assignment, or they started actually taking active interest into the day-to-day way of decision making?
So the management actually saw the dashboards. They would meet up every month, and all teams had to show the dashboards. But when they actually saw these dashboards, they asked me if I was interested
Oh,
in moving into the analytics team.
so nice. Okay. So now your job, you were actually doing it good. You did it for 2 years. You learned something and you practiced it on real life data. And so much so that your management actually found it interesting that you could transition into yet another role.
Role.
What was that role?
So I transitioned into the next role that I transitioned into was data analytics. So it was called data analytics in MMA.
Okay. What is that? Is it something related to data engineering?
So it was a team where I work. It's called an MMA team.
Okay.
So it was called Mastermind Analytics,
Okay.
and that's my first role in analytics.
Okay, so now you are a smart user. In our terminology, we normally say there are operational users, and some of them they become smart users because they could play with the data, play with the data analytics tools, find some insights, which you actually did. And as a part of MMA team, were you still into HR or you are only a part of the analytics team now?
No, I transitioned completely into the analytics team. There was some buffer period where we had to,
Okay.
knowledge transfer, and then I moved completely into the analytics.
So, as a part of HR, now you are already using these kind of tools. While you were using these tools and you started creating your dashboard, did you see some kind of challenges because you did not actually learn computer engineering or anything of that sort? And if you at all you find some challenges, how do you now continue to learn to be in this field of data analytics?
I think learning is very important because I wouldn't say it was very easy, but I wouldn't say it was challenging at all. Because when you learn a new skill, you are taking small steps, the first steps. So when I started working on the HR project, I had learned Power BI, and I started using the Excel as a data source. But every time we had to refresh the data, I
Right.
had to insert a new data
Sure.
Excel sheet. So updated Excel sheet, and then I started learning how you can refresh the data. I don't have to keep updating it. You can just keep the data coming, and that's how ETL works.
Right.
So I think it is important to learn, and it will become easier as an when you go ahead
Sure.
and have more experience. But I think.
So definitely, it's your interest is has taken you right from so many transitions, and you're still into it. And I'm sure there are many more things you would learn. But talking about this ETL, and for my viewers, ETL is actually extract, transform, and load, which is one of the major part of data engineering now. So somebody who was in functional role, HR role, and now as a part of analytics team and transitioning into data engineering. How do you see data engineering now? What are the various aspects you deal into data engineering?
So now we just, when I started as a data analyst, I was working on the reporting side of the team where we take the data that is cleaned and then we create dashboards on it so that the users can get insights out of it and make decisions. But now, along with it, I've started including myself in a few meetings or areas where I get to also learn about how the data comes in.
Okay.
So I'm kind of backtracking my steps so that I can learn more about ETL and some other tools that can help get data in a faster manner and in a recurring manner.
Yeah. Now it sounds very technical actually. So I'm now seeing the entire journey right from a functional, somebody learning functions in education and now working a total technology. So you are transformed now, you are totally into techno-functional world, I could say.
Yes.
Aditi, one thing I've noticed throughout this discussion is you have liked everything what you have been doing since your childhood. So you have liked your education, then the smaller transitions into
Psychology.
psychology, then into HR, and then into data analytics team, and now into data engineering. So there are two aspects. One is the tool, technology, the skills, and the other is the mindset. And you are a psychologist yourself. So could you please tell us what kind of weightage does it carry to love, like what you do, and does it at all help in this transition?
Okay. One interesting thing I remembered from psychology is job satisfaction. So I was always curious, and maybe I liked the concept of job satisfaction. And interestingly, my research project was also on job satisfaction.
Wow.
And I think that's my motto in life, where you know I am happy. Like I was happy in HR, but when I transitioned into analytics, I realized that I like this more. So I'm working towards job satisfaction, if I may. So that's how I'm moving ahead. But most importantly, I think it is the desire to learn new things and develop interest and keep working on it.
Great, great. Now, while you're doing it, most people they have this desire and they like certain things, and there comes the acumen, the hard work, sincerity, these qualities. How would you explain that? Because while you were working, you were already getting paid. You were a part of MNC, and how did you still keep on your interest to learn? How did you back up with all the hard work? So, could you please tell? I think our viewers would like to know that how liking and hard work uh, should be combined. If you could tell on that.
I think, as I said, it is after you know that you've developed interest in this, it is hard work that matters the most, because if you keep learning, that's how you will grow. So even right now, I am working in analytics, but I want to keep learning. So I am learning a course
Oh,
currently, and I think to upskill is the best way to move ahead in career.
great, great. Thank you so much because this is actually laying the foundation and also helping to reveal, you are revealing all the qualities. Thank you so much for that because there is no secret you are keeping, not as a secret, but guiding our viewers that this transition will help them not just because they like, but because of all the hard work they need to do. I have some rapid fire questions for you. Okay, are you ready?
Okay.
Okay. So these are the questions actually I would like to ask because our viewers would like to know about the hundreds of opportunities in transitioning the career. like in your case from HR to now data engineering. So talking about this transition, what is the industry market size if we think about this?
Okay, if you think of about industries, all the companies, I think in Pune itself there are around 12,000 plus companies.
Okay.
And if you Google it, I think you can find around 2.8 million companies in
Awesome.
India.
So about
So there
28
are
lakhs. Wow.
20 lakhs
Wow.
of companies.
And now talking about these so many companies, talking about only functional, not the IT roles. How many job opportunities or job roles are there in the market?
I'm sure there are more than 60 crores of employees in India, if I may.
Great. So, what are the essential skills, if you may, all these people, if they wish to transition into something they like, then what are the essential skills required?
I think for transitioning, the most important skill is the desire to begin. And once you develop interest, the hard work to keep going.
Okay.
I
And
think
any
that's
IT skills they would like to learn?
In IT, as I mentioned, for analytics, you need to know Excel for sure. Then we have reporting tools like Power BI, Tableau, and now ETL tools and many more.
Okay, great. What could be the approximate salary these people get once they transition?
So interns or freshers start with around 3.5 LPA, and as you grow, I've seen people with experience go up till 60 lakhs.
Wow. Okay. Has data analytics helped you personally?
Okay, I will say it definitely helped me personally grow in my career, and I like what I'm doing right now. So yes.
Thank you so much. I have a further question now, uh, and this is for my viewers. They have seen this transition journey actually while they are listening to this podcast. What are the specific steps you would like to tell our viewers so that they can start onto their transition journey?
I would like to say that take the first step, at least as a hobby, learn uh, some new skill and keep learning and get the project hands on. So, if you keep learning, I think upskilling is the way to go.
Thank you so much, Aditi, for walking your path and motivating our viewers so that they could actually find their passion and get into their field of liking.
Thank you. Thank you for
Thank you so
having
much.
me.
So today we saw this interesting transition journey, which was right from the journey started since the schooling. So transition from science into arts and then into HR using psychology as a topic. Once you got into HR, then from HR into data analytics and then into data engineering, and the journey is still continuing. Friends, you got to observe here that in any aspect of transition, you are liking towards that topic and it should be backed by the actual hard work. There should be absolutely no pressure, and whichever field you would like to take, you could enter that field, you could transition your journey, and you could be happy in your life forever. So go for it.